mother tells me my favorite Disney princess was Princess Aurora. I love Princess Aurora, or as I called her when I was little, Speeping Pootie, so much that my dad eventually bought me my most prized possession. My pride, my joy, my very own Princess Aurora dress. And the dress was a shade of sparkly blush pink with tiny flecks of glitter splashed across the skirt. The sleeves were those puffy, slightly itchy ones that, despite making me feel elegant, rubbed my arms raw by the end of the day. I loved that dress so much that I wore it everywhere. To the grocery store, to doctor's appointments, to school. My mother also tells me when Aurora stopped being my favorite princess. I was throwing a fit, howling and fussing, and my mom she was crying and frustrated. Without warning, my father charged into the room, screaming, his face a deep shade of crimson. Even before I had time to react, he was yelling, ripping the dress to shreds, "Look what you fucking made me do." Fast forward a few days, my father bought me a carbon copy of the dress, but I didn't care. Being a princess just didn't matter anymore. Survival did. I didn't watch Sleeping Beauty for many years after that. For another 16 years, hatred and violence encapsulated the many scenes of my life. The screaming, the belittling, my father's conditional love, all of it led me down a rabbit hole of self-hatred I still have yet to overcome. I think the worst part about abusers is that they'll never admit they are one. You are to blame for everything. You are what's wrong with them, and it's your fault they treat you badly. You are the abuser, and they somehow are the victim. Now each day, I would obsessively look in the mirror and analyze my face, looking for the abuser and just seeing the victim, until eventually my two faces morphed into one, and I was stricken with horror to find that I was the spitting image of my father. I saw his sickness in my eyes, and I wondered if he had always been that way, if I had always been that way. And it was terrifying and exhilarating and crazy all at once to see this version of him just living in me. I saw his inner child and his current self clash in my irises. I saw him playing with his Lincoln Logs on Christmas Eve when he was 5 years old. But I also saw him just hitting himself in the head repeatedly as his throat grew hoarse from yelling at me. And at that moment, I knew I could not spend the rest of my life shifting between the different versions of him. The ones who knew how to love me and the others who just didn't know a thing about it. Leaving was the hardest decision that I've ever had to make, because despite everything, I remember when he'd dance with me or we'd go to Baskin Robbins after my softball games. I remember that he did love me unconditionally at some point in time. But I made that decision for a reason. 984 miles. That is how far away I am now from home. 984 miles, and I deal with an overheating dorm room that's particularly frustrating between 4 p.m. to 1 a.m. every day. 984 miles, and I've taken classes I've hated, woken up at ridiculously early times for a 2-hour lecture that I mostly zoned out of. 984 miles, and I wouldn't change a thing. Now, I always believed that I was weak because I never fought back, but I know I'm as strong as anyone. I drag myself to class every day despite dealing with chronic depression. I go to therapy twice a week despite not knowing if it'll really make things better, and I've made friends even though I have debilitating social anxiety. I found strength when I had always believed it was something missing in me, and I found love in all of that grief. Because where there is grief, there is a memory of my mother holding me. She's stroking my hair as I cry into her chest and I feel the beats and aches of her heart. She smells like daisies and cinnamon, and she makes me promise her that I will never end up like her. That one day I would leave and it would all pass within time. Still, my mother was wrong. I don't believe that time heals all wounds. Sometimes time can do the opposite. It's been 16 years since my father showed me violence for the first time, and there are some days where I'll just wake up in the middle of the night with tears in my eyes as I realize that I've wet the bed. I learned to live with the wound instead of waiting for it to just disappear. I accept that my father will never be who I need him to be, and I know and accept that for the rest of my life, I will have to unlearn all of that pain, that I will have to clean my soiled sheets. And I know that one day, 984 miles from where this story began, I'll be able to buy a Princess Aurora dress and find the courage to wear it again. Hi, my name is Gabriella. I'm an intertwined storyteller, and this is my freshman year at the University of Oregon. I think what brought me to intertwine was the whole theme of it. I really like the idea of roots, belonging, and becoming, because for me, belonging has always been something, sort of an issue for me. I haven't really felt like I belonged anywhere or fit in, so I felt like this was the perfect opportunity to do that, to find a sense of community and belonging. Regarding my experience, I would say trying to come up with the story was the most challenging. I feel that there are a lot of events that have happened in my life that I really want to speak about that are very important to how I got here today, who I am. But ultimately, I think narrowing it down was very challenging. I think a very rewarding experience of everything about this, though, was the healing part of it. My story specifically is about a very rough time in my life and how it shaped me to who I am today and all of the trauma behind that. So I think that finding the courage to tell this and finding a lot of healing within it it's great, yeah.